Thermodynamics, let us understand the difference of two specific heats. In the case of solids and liquids, during the change of temperature, the change in volume and hence the external work done is negligibly small. So there is only one specific heat. On the other hand, during the change of temperature, the gases suffer big changes of both pressure and volume. Therefore, it is important to specify the condition under which the heat is supplied. In practice, there are two specific heats of a gas, what we know as specific heat at a constant volume and specific heat at constant pressure. The specific heat of a gas at constant volume, what we normally term as CV, is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of a gas through 1 degree centigrade when the volume of the gas is kept constant. Similarly, the specific heat of a gas at constant pressure, which we denoted as Cp, is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of a gas through 1 degree centigrade when the pressure of the gas is kept constant. Of course, in CGS system, the unit of specific heat is calories per gram per degree centigrade, while in MKS system, the unit is kilocalories per K degree centigrade or joules per kg per degree centigrade. The specific heat at constant pressure is found to be greater than specific heat at constant volume. Why? Because when the gas is heated at constant volume, the heat supplied to the gas is wholly used in increasing its temperature. On the other hand, when the gas is heated at constant pressure, a part of the heat is used in increasing its temperature, while the other part is used in doing external work to keep the pressure constant. Now, when you take the molar specific heats at constant pressure and at constant volume, we can express them as Cp equal to dou Q by dou T at P and Cv equal to dou Q by dou T at V. From these two, we can find the difference as Cp minus Cv, which is nothing but dou Q by dou T at P minus dou Q by dou T at V. But we know dq equal to Tds. So using that, we can write the difference Cp minus Cv equal to T into dou S by dou T at P minus T into dou S by dou T at V. Now we can simplify that as Cp minus Cv equal to T into T as common we have taken, dou S by dou T at P minus dou S by dou T at V. Let it be equation 1. Now by considering the variables volume and temperature as independent variables, if we take the entropy as a function of them, then we can write entropy as a function of these two variables as S equal to F of V comma T. Now we can find the change in entropy by differentiating this. We can represent it as ds is equal to differential of this, that is dou S by dou T into V dt plus dou S by dou V at T dV. Now we can modify this as dou S by dou Tp equal to dou S by dou Tv plus dou S by dou V or T at plus dou V by dou Tp. Now bring this dou S to the left side. Then that will become dou S by dou Tp minus dou S by dou Tv equal to dou S by dou Vt into dou V by dou Tp. Now that we can write, because dou S by dou V at S equal to dou P by dou T at V. using the Maxwell second relation, we can modify this as dou S by dou T minus dou S by dou Tv equal to dou P by dou Tv into dou V by dou Tp. Let this be equation 2. Now we have two equations. First equation is this one. Using this equation 1 and equation 2, we can get on the right hand side of the equation 1, we can substitute Cp minus Cv equal to T into, straight away you can substitute this, dou P by dou T at V into dou V by dou T at P. Let it be equation 2a. Now this is the required expression, right? But in this case, if you take for a perfect gas, for example 1 mole of a perfect gas if you take, we know that standard equation PV equal to RT. So when you find the value and differentiate this on both sides, you can find dou P by dou T at V equal to R by V, because dou T by dou T equal to 1 only. Similarly, dou V by dou T at P equal to R by P. Now put these two values, dou P by dou T at V for this and dou V by dou T at P for this in equation 2a. Substituting these two values in equation 2a, we will get respective values as Cp minus Cv equal to T into R by V into R by P. So then this will become expanding this PR square by PV. So using the gas equation PV equal to RT, so PV equal to RT, in the denominator PV you can write RT for this. Therefore Cp minus Cv, which is equal to TR square by PV, that is equal to TR square by RT. So you can strike off T, you can strike off 1 R. Therefore you will be ending up with Cp minus Cv equal to R. Let it be equation 2b. This is Mayer's relation, also known as. It's also known as Mayer's relation. Now this is for a perfect gas. Let us take van der Waals gas. In the case of van der Waals gas, the equation PV equal to RT gets slightly modified with two more constants as something like this. So for van der Waals gas, PV equal to RT becomes P plus A by V square into V minus B equal to RT. Here A and B are constants. Now differentiate this equation with respect to T. At constant volume, we can get this P plus A by V square into V minus B equal to RT is differentiated with respect to T at constant volume. Then you will have dou P by dou T at V on the left hand is equal to R by V minus B. Again differentiating with respect to T at constant pressure. This earlier we have differentiated with constant volume. Now differentiate with respect to T at constant pressure now. Now when you differentiate at constant pressure, then that will become minus 2A by V cube into dou V by dou T at P is equal to naturally minus RT by V minus B whole square into dou V by dou T at P. And plus R minus R by V minus B. This is a differentiation result with respect to T at constant pressure. So by solving it, we will get simplified as dou V by dou T at P will become R by V minus B whole divided by RT by V minus B whole square minus 2A by V cube. Now putting this value, substituting this value in equation 2A, What is equation 2a? Substituting the value of dou v by dou t at p as this in the equation 2a here, we'll get like this. Cp minus Cv equal to T into R by V minus B into R by V minus B whole divided by RT by V minus B whole square minus 2A by V cube. So further simplification helps us to arrive at Cp minus Cv as R by 1 minus 2A by V cube into V minus B whole square by RT. But here V is much greater than B. Since V is much greater than B, we can replace V minus B by V in the second power. So therefore, we will get our Cp minus Cv as simply instead of V minus B, we can write V square. So you will have R by 1 minus 2A by V square V cube into V minus V square by RT. Into V square by RT. This is V cube only. Now when you simplify this further, it will give you R by, this is V cube. Therefore V square will go. So when you simplify, it becomes 1 minus 2A by, here only V will be there, 1 minus 2A by RVT. So you can bring it to the numerator. So therefore it will be R into 1 minus 2A by whole power minus 1. So this whole power minus 1 you can readjust it as R into 1 plus 2A by RVT. So therefore Cp minus Cv is equal to R into 1 plus 2A by RVT. Let it be equation 2c. This is Mayer's relation for van der Waals gas equation. There are other forms which you can represent, like take like this, for example. Same Mayer's relation, you can express in other forms. Let P the function of a variable both temperature and value. Then you can write pressure as function of temperature and volume. Now therefore from this you write the differential. The dP will be dou P by dou T at V dt plus dou P by dou V at T dV. Now in this situation, if the change takes place under the constant pressure taken as dP, change taking place under constant pressure, then dP will be 0. When dP is 0, you can equate this as dou P by dou T at V dt plus dou P by dou V at dV at T is equal to 0. That means dou P by dou T at V dt is equal to minus dou P dou V at T dV. Okay. Then you can write this as dou P by dou T at V equal to, this you can write as minus dou P by dou V at T into dou P by dou V by dou T at P. In this way you can write it. This is equation, call it as 3. Now substitute this equation. Substitute the value of dou P by dou T at V from this equation in the equation 2a, that is again this equation for this value. In this equation for dou P by dou T at V value, we'll use equation 3 to put the value of dou P by dou T at V. This is equation 2a. So by taking the value of dou P by dou T at V from equation 3 and substituting in equation 2, equation 2a, we will have Cp minus Cv equal to minus T into dou P by dou V at T into dou V by dou T at whole square at P. Let it be equation 2d. Now this equation 2d can be written in this form also, like Cp minus Cv is equal to minus T into 1 by V into dou P by dou V by V at T into V square into dou B by V by dou T whole square at P. You can further simplify it as minus T into dou P by dou V by V at T into dou V by V by dou T whole square at P into V. Now here in this case, in this expression, you can take dou P by dou V by V at T as bulk modulus at constant temperature. Similarly, dou V by V at dou T at constant pressure is taken as coefficient of volume expansion. We can further simplify this equation like this. So I am considering in this expression, left hand side you have Cp minus Cv. In the right hand side expression, for this dou P by dou V by V at constant temperature is taken as bulk modulus E at constant pressure, and dou V by V divided by dou T at constant pressure is taken as coefficient of volume expansion alpha. Then automatically Cp by Cv will become Te alpha square V. Te alpha square. For this we are substituting E. For this we are substituting alpha. V is less. Therefore this will become alpha square. This is E. So Cp minus Cv equal to Te. For entire minus thing we have taken this. Minus dou P by dou V by V is taken as E. Therefore it will become Cp minus Cv equal to Te alpha square V. Now what we can interpret from this, let us see. So from this equation, Cp minus Cv equal to Te alpha square V, we can interpret certain facts. For example, as temperature tends to 0, naturally Cp tends to Cv, or at absolute 0, the two specific heats are equal. Similarly, as E is always positive for all known substances, then alpha square is again always positive. Hence, the right hand side of this equation is always positive. When this right hand side is always positive, that means Cp minus Cv can never be negative. If Cp minus Cv can never be negative, Cp is always greater than Cv. This is what we can conclude from this. Now let us look at Stefan Boltzmann law. It says that the total radiant energy emitted per second from the unit surface of a black body is proportional to 4th power of its absolute temperature. That is, the total radiant energy emitted per second from the unit surface area of a black body is proportional to the 4th power of its absolute temperature. That is, if E is taken as total radiant energy that is emitting per second from the surface of a black body, then absolute temperature is taken as T. Then Stefan Boltzmann law says that E is proportional to T power 4. Or E is equal to constant into T power 4. The T power constant is taken as sigma, which is nothing but Stefan constant. Of course, in MKS, its value is 5.670 into 10 power minus 8 joule per second per meter per Kelvin for. Okay. Now we can derive this equation from Maxwell's thermodynamic relations. So this equation of Stefan-Boltzmann law can be derived from Maxwell's relation. So let us take Maxwell's second relation, for example. What we have seen earlier as dou S by dou V at T equal to dou P by dou T at V. Let this equation be 1. Now this value of dou S we can calculate from first and second law of thermodynamics. So using first and second law of thermodynamics, which says dq equal to dE plus dW. dW is nothing but PdV. Therefore dq equal to du plus PdV. This is the first law of thermodynamics. And second law of thermodynamics gives you dq equal to TdS. Now when you substitute this here, then you will have TdS equal to du plus PdV. From this you can calculate ds as, send t to the right hand side, this will become 1 by t into ds equal to 1 by t into du plus PdV. Or you can write from this, you can calculate dou S as 1 by t into dou u plus p dou v. Let this be equation 2. Now from the equation 2, substitute the value of dou S in equation 1. Automatically we will get dou S by dou V at T, that is 1 by T into dou U by dou V at T plus P is equal to dou P by dou T at V. Or you can modify this as dou U by dou V at T plus P equal to T into dou P by dou T at V. Right? Now, here we have to remember or recollect 2 points. What are they? Let us look at that. First thing is, according to Maxwell's electromagnetic theory, the black body radiation in an enclosure exerts a pressure, let us say P, on the walls which is equal to the 1/3 of energy density. U. Energy density is represented as U. Pressure is represented as P. So Maxwell's electromagnetic theory says the black body radiation in an enclosure exerts a pressure on the walls that is equal to 1/3 of energy density. Therefore, you can say P equal to U by 3. And the second one, let us say if V is the volume of the enclosure and U is the energy density of radiation, then the total internal energy capital U is given by capital U equal to small u into capital V. So substituting these two values in the equation just now we got as equation 3, that is this equation for U, for P and U, you got two values now. Substituting those two values in equation 3, we will get, that is for P we will substitute U by 3 and for capital U we will substitute UV. Then by substituting them, we will have the equation changing into dou into U capital V of dou V at T plus U by 3 equal to T by 3 into dou U by dou T at V. So you can modify that as, simplifying that, you will have U plus U by 3 equal to T by 3 into dou U by dou T at V. Now when you take LCM for this, this will become 4U by 3 equal to T by 3 into du by dt. Now cross multiply, du by u equal to 4 into dt by 4. Let this be equation 4. Now integrate this equation. When you integrate this equation and simplify it, you will get log g equal to 4 log t plus a constant. From this, when you eliminate logarithm, you can write as a function as u equal to that constant into t power 4. Now a constant is nothing but integration constant here. But the energy of radiation emitted per second by unit area of a black body, E, is given as E is equal to 1/4 UC. E is equal to 1/4 UC. What is that C? C is the velocity of light. So let this be equation 6. U equal to AT power 4, let it be equation 5. Now, from this equation, U value in this equation, in equation 5, substitute equation 5 in equation 6. So that means substituting the value of U in equation, from equation 5 in equation 6, we will have equation 6 equal to E equal to 1/4 UC. U is equal to AT4. Therefore, E equal to 1/4 AT power 4C. Now you can just rewrite as 1/4 AC into T power 4. Rewriting this for convenience. And here we can write 1/4 AC as a constant. That is sigma. So therefore, by putting 1/4 equal to 1/4 AC equal to sigma as Stephan's constant, then E will become sigma into T power 4. This is Stephan's law. Clear? So if you summarize in this session, we have seen the difference of two specific heats. From there, we are able to see the Mayer's relation. And we also try to understand the Mayer's relation in the case of a perfect gas as well as in the case of a van der Waals gas and its interpretation. And then we looked at to understand the concept of Stefan-Boltzmann law and also obtaining the expression for Stefan-Boltzmann law. This is what we have seen in this session.